impact of the Tops mass shooting still lives on to this day. 10 people, again, all of whom were black, shot and killed while simply shopping for groceries and basic needs. The tragedy has left the East Side community permanently scarred. And right now we are hearing from a powerful voice who's helping the community to move forward. Joining me now is chair of the 514 Memorial Foundation, pastor of Second Baptist Church, and the president of the Buffalo chapter of the NAACP, Reverend Mark Blue. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me.
What does this day mean to you personally, and why should others take this day and remember it and reflect and commemorate?
Well, before I answer that, we also need to remember those who are in the store and the survivors. It's very important. Sometimes it gets lost, but we want to make sure that we're taking care of the whole community, and the families and those who are surviving are part of that economy that we need to continue to keep in the forefront. To me, this is not only a day of remembrance, but a day of hope. We, as a race of people, have been given a bad scene in which people don't expect us to rise above. And we're here today sharing in this moment to let people know that although this came to our community, it did not define our community. Our community is resilient. Our community doesn't like what happened, but we learned how to make eggs with scrambled eggs. We know how to make orange juice out of oranges. We are that type of people that will not let anything prevent us from going forward. If you notice, again, and I say this every time, we did not have one instance of violence after this tragic incident of this racist that came into our community. Not one car was flipped, not one window was broken, but what happened was the community rallied around together. And I will continue to say this message that racism is learned behavior. And if it's learned behavior, it can be unlearned. Our people, all of our people in our community and in our city and in the world needs to look at what happened and see what we can do to change it. And that's one of the things that it means to me. We need to be change agents to help our community continue to grow.
And we did see so many acts of love and service immediately following that tragedy 4 years ago. Have you seen it continue, though? And has enough been done? What more needs to be done in order to get the East Side on a level playing field with the rest of Buffalo and Western New York? Because it really brought it really opened so many eyes to the disparity and the economic, the socioeconomic difficulties and differences that we are seeing on the East Side. What more needs to be done?
Well, investment. Investment needs to be done. Housing, good housing needs to be done. Every area of the city should have the same economic sustainability as the other. The West Side, Hurdle, South Buffalo, all of them should be thriving in which they were. Jefferson was that mecca in which the African American community and other communities as well, because we need to remember that the Buffalo Bills played there. And that was they played there because of the opportunities that presented itself. And when disinvestment, when companies and businesses left that community, it created a void. But now there's an opportunity. We see the more work being done on Jefferson. We're seeing that the Buffalo Urban League will be on Jefferson. People Inc. is on Jefferson. Those businesses that help other communities and help our community as well. The Memorial Healing Center will be on Jefferson and Best. You know, we have Johnny B. Wiley, which is a thriving sports pavilion for the community. We need to continue to invest in the East Side of Buffalo, whatever label you want to put, East Side of Buffalo, East Side, whatever it is, we need to invest, because before Juneteenth started right there on Jefferson. So Jefferson is that hub. It's the mecca for not only the community, but for Buffalo as well.
And the memorial, the healing center, is estimated to be $15 million. It could be more. Some are saying, well, that money should be used to actually build other things and give to community groups. But you're hoping that this is a healing center and is more than just a tourist attraction. This money will be invested in the right way.
Absolutely.
With this memorial that has yet to be built. Explain that to me a little bit.
Well, one of the things that we will be doing, we will be collaborating with other agencies as well to bring those needed services to the Jefferson community. There's been a void in there, so we want to make sure that void is filled. And also, this will be almost a park atmosphere as well. Well, we'll have community members, artists who will be exhibiting some of their work as well on the outside and on the inside. This is not just a seasonal healing center. It will be all year round. So there'll be activities going all year round to bring community needed services to the area that has been a void in. We haven't had a community center in that area at all. Johnny B. Wiley is a sports pavilion. It does provide some services, but this will be that time in which we can bring together a lot of the resources that are needed for that area. So money will be well spent, and there are other organizations and agencies that do the things that you just talked about in financing and supporting those other community events.
And it's been 4 years. We have yet to see shovels in the ground, but you have said we've got one chance to get this right.
We have to make sure, and by the hiring of our construction consultant, within the next 3 months, we'll have another press interview where we'll explain what the actual costs are going to be. When you have an architect, they have their drawings and they give their estimation, but our construction consultant will be able to help us pinpoint that and even give a time frame for shovels in the ground and for the completion of the healing center.
And the design is not local, but the construction company that all of you just voted on and unanimously approved, that is a local company. Why is it so important to have people here from Western New York being in charge of this project?
Well, both are local because the architect is Jin Yun Song and Douglas Elgood. Jin Yun Song is a professor at UB.
Okay.
So the design is local, and also the construction consultant, because one of the things that we wanted to do was to make sure that we had someone who will, again, share our interest. And having that local group, we even have some of their members were our residents of that area as well. But that wasn't the defining point. The defining point is they came in with a great bid. They came in and they showed us that they're competent enough to do the work for our community. They have the heart of the community. So both of these are good. And also, let me add that we wanted to make sure that as in the building of this, that we use a lot of local labor as well. We want to make sure our MWBE guidelines are higher than the state guidelines. So we want to have it built here and built by us.
As we wrap up this interview, I want to bring it back to the victims and to the survivors. Have you talked much with the victims' families and with any of the survivors who were in the store, those 3 who were shot? How are they doing, and how much do you still stay in touch with those families that were impacted 4 years ago?
The foundation stays in contact with all of them. As a matter of fact, Chad Houston, our executive director, is in contact as well. There are members of the families of the wounded, of the survivors, on the board of the foundation. So any major decision that comes up, we are inclusive of the families of the survivors. They have a heavy input into what we do. So again, we even have focus groups that are being done. So the communities involved, the families and the survivors are involved heavily into this because we believe in transparency. We believe in giving all of them an opportunity to have word into what we do, buy into what we do.
Wonderful work being done, and we are so lucky to have you be a leader, and not only with the Memorial Foundation, but also in our community, and helping positive change happen as it is so desperately needed here. Reverend Mark Blue, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.